Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the monthly forecast for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising in the month of November 2018. I hope that you enjoyed your October 2018 reading. This is a general reading for your sign, so whatever is most prominent in your life at the time of this viewing, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to. And as always, I hope that you find them helpful and healing. So I'm just going to be doing a fairly simple yet comprehensive 5-card Celtic spread today. And then, of course, as always, I'll get jumper cards from the Oracle decks for additional messages for you. So Aquarius, what do you need to know in the month of November 2018? Aquarius, November. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. So I'll be using the bottom of the deck card for general energy for the month for you. And that's the 6 of Cups. I'm going to readjust my table to get a little bit more lighting. 1 second. All right, I hope this is a little easier to see. It's Halloween, by the way. Happy Halloween. So bottom of the deck energy for you is the 6 of Cups. So this is pretty nostalgic energy. This is maybe reminiscing. There's a longing here. This is something having to do with the heart, a longing of the heart. Maybe waiting for a wish to come true. It's a lot of sentimentality. And like I said, there could just be a real longing here. We'll look at the other cards and see what they have to say in conjunction with this. But for overall energy for the month for you in November, you may just be missing somebody, or missing a good feeling or a good time in your life. So there could be a slight or a little feeling of loss this month, or just reminiscing if you're not alone, or if you are partnered or you haven't lost anyone. It could just be about reminiscing, sentimentality. Yeah, there's another word that isn't coming to mind at the moment, but in the same vein, just basically a longing. It's very wistful and a wishful card here, a longing of the heart. Let me just try one more lighting situation in 1 second. All right, so this is, I think, as good as it's gonna get. Sorry folks, it got so late by the time I could sit down for your readings, so it's rather dim in here. Anyway, I really hope you can see this. I have to invest in some lighting. Yeah, nostalgia, longing, something of the heart, something pulling your heartstrings here. Let's get your 5 cards out and look at these all together. As you know, I will get a little snapshot of everything going on here together. Let's just put that to the side for now. And then we'll look at them in their respective positions. So, I mean, you've got really nice energy here. I'm going to suggest, for example, again, this is just a snapshot of what I'm seeing here in front of me, not looking at what position anything is in. I'm strictly looking at the cards and their energies. I really feel like you could have a second chance or be taking a second chance with a longing or even a calling, something that's extremely passionate or fills your heart, you know, get your blood going. Something that's probably already in process or that you've been working hard toward. I really feel like you need to, I don't normally say this, you need to boss yourself into it. I think you really need to push yourself, be bossy with yourself. Particularly if this is something that does feel like a calling, it does feel like you're longing for this to come to completion or to become the next phase or level of something here. Again, it is a general reading, so I mean, it's hard to say exactly. There's thousands of you watching around the world. If this is a romance reading for you, for example, and that's the most prominent thing in your life right now, you're definitely going to be able to take something to the next level here, or you're longing to do that, okay? And you might even be in a position here either to be the voice of or the recipient of a message here, or behavior or actions that sort of scream, let's do this, let's get involved, let's stay involved, let's take it to the next level, let's be really passionate about this. This could be a really nice month for you. For example, if this isn't a reading of confirmation for you, this could be, you could need a little gentle nudge this month to, I'm trying hard to say, not to say, now or never. I don't think that's what's going on necessarily, but I do think that you might have been holding yourself up or back from something that's just, it's not feeling good. It doesn't leave you with a good feeling. Basically, whenever I see, it's 5, 6, 7 of any element, what I tend to think, immediately is a Knot of Swords, necessarily, unless you want something over with or something's been overkill. We want a 10, right? When it comes to Pentacles and Cups, for example, especially, we want a 10. So, you want to go from this longing or this sentimentality or this hopefulness or wistfulness all the way up to completion. You want that full heart, that happy home. You want to have so much love in your life that you can share it, that everyone around you can feel it and benefit from it. And with the center position, of course, being your outcome, look, this is the second chance here. This is getting it. This is another return. It's a way to do it differently. It's a way to do it so that it's complete. So honestly, that's what I'm seeing here. I really think you need to complete something or finish something here. It'll be interesting to see what the Oracle says, frankly, at the end of this. But I do think this has to do around something you've been working really diligently toward. You've already got roots. You need to kick yourself in the butt here, or if you're in a position of power, for example, and you're trying to get something off the ground and you are in charge of allocating resources or delineating tasks, for example, it's really time to put your foot down here, okay? So let's get into each card in its respective position. This is what's going on at work. Yeah, and it's so closely tied with the home. First of all, these are both Pentacles, and this is really high up in the element. As I said, you want a 10 of Cups here, you want a 10 of Pentacles here, and you're almost there, okay? Like you're more than halfway there, Aquarius. So please, in the month of November, you want to basically go for gold. So whatever that means for you, go for gold. Really give it your all. I think this is a really nice month. I was thinking about this earlier, actually. I have an Aquarius moon. So I feel you Aquarians a lot. There might be even something that's you're irritated with yourself about because you can't, I don't know, not get it together necessarily, but it's almost like you think you have all the time in the world, or you might vacillate between that and it's not really important that you do this, and you vacillate between that and you're just busy doing other things. You might even be nervous or talking yourself out of something, but I'm telling you, if there is a time in this year, and this year is almost over, friends, right? If there was any time in the year 2018 for you to just get it done, this is the month to exhaust yourself with the task, okay? So don't make yourself sick. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, get up early if you have to. Stay up late if you have to. Don't make outside plans or things that are going to interfere, at least for this month, okay? Just for 30 days, okay, Aquarius? Like, really be your own hero this month and get it done, okay? Because, like I said, I think this window of opportunity may be closing. Not ever, not forever, and not always, but I think you being in the position that you are right now, you having made these fantastic, efforts already toward this one theme in your life right now, toward completion, or, leveling up in this theme in your life right now. It's like you could put it off technically, but it's going to feel worse. Like, I feel if we got all these cards next time, the general energy, next month is going to be an 8 or 9 of swords. I think you run the risk of driving yourself crazy about this if you just don't get it done. So a lot of hard work has already gone into this. This is working diligently. This is honing your craft, by the way. So again, notwithstanding what this is referring to for you, you could be a musician, a public speaker, a tarot reader, something having to do with very possibly being the boss or being in charge of something, and definitely an entrepreneurial spirit here. You could be beginning a startup company. It could be a new relationship, welcoming someone into the home. It could be moving, a business venture. Again, whatever this is for you, I think ultimately now is the time for you to just go for gold, get to the next level, because the 10 of Pentacles awaits you. This is just around the corner for you. And speaking of the home front, this is your Knight of Pentacles. So this is a really cautious energy, by the way. It's slow moving, but it's got roots, okay? Which is, in my view, the best type of placement for long-term commitments, long-term values. Like, anytime we're dealing with Pentacles, by the way, let's say this has nothing to do with love or romance or business. This is about a value system. This is about, your spiritual development, for example. These are your values, right? These are hard won and well sought out and finely tuned. You've activated them and integrated them into your everyday life and your worldview. And this is saying, okay, now you can proceed with caution. Now these have taken root. You feel confident here. It's youth. There's something youthful or just beginning with regard to going for gold. So this is what I'm seeing too. Like, there's so much mature energy here. You have an 8 and a 6, which really aren't even low on the totem in my view. So you're dealing with, in my estimation, a great deal of mature energy. So use it to your advantage. Again, while this may be slow moving, it is committed, it is rooted, and it's also very practical. This is practical energy. This could be the difference between you perceiving that you don't have something in a practical sense, or that you can't commit to something or enjoy something or even manifest something in a practical sense, which I'm seeing here is untrue, or it's a skewed estimation. I think if you're holding yourself back because you don't think you have certain equipment, as an example, I would say do it anyway. Use what you have and do it anyway. At this juncture, it's like something is better than nothing, right? Perfection might be your own worst enemy right now. And I'm not picking on you, Aquarius. I'm really not. It happens to the best of us, especially if you already deal with or have issues with perfectionism. I think the goal this month is just to put something out there. These are tangible energies. So something that has been created or developed here, it needs to find its way in the spotlight, okay? So with the unexpected, and this is where I'm looking, this is the entrepreneurial spirit, this is the Queen of fire, or the Queen of Wands. Very entrepreneurial. She actually has the Uranus symbol in her heart, so something could happen suddenly, or you could be inspired, okay, very suddenly to do something, to take action. All I ask is that you don't let this rest, that you do whatever this energy propels you to do for 30 days. And I know it sounds taxing and a bit too much, and and it probably could be tiring, and but I think you're going to make yourself so happy. It's almost like the old adage, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today, would be a really good attitude around this. And again, with regard to opportunities, it's, I don't think it's an hour or another. I think time it's a construct and we kind of make it up. But at the end of the day, the natural law says that we only have so many breaths, okay? So yeah, you can revisit this in 6 years or 8 years or months, and you could very well have a similar opportunity, but you won't be the person you are now. You'll be a different person then. And what you have to offer now is so valuable that it's almost necessary, in my estimation, for you to do this now. Pick it up now, because whatever is happening currently isn't sitting well with your heart. You're feeling nostalgic and sentimental about something that you're putting off, really. So let's do it. Let's get it done now. Here in your role in this situation, as I pointed out, is the Emperor. This is secrets come to life. This is, secrets revealed. This is caution to the wind, which sounds familiar, right? That's a very cautious card. That is in, of course, your home life. And you can be cautious there, right? You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You don't have to make fly-by-night decisions here. You can stay sturdy and on the path, right? Like these are strong positions, your work and your home environment. But you do need to push yourself here. As I said earlier, if you are the boss or in a position of power and you're trying to allocate or delineate jobs and tasks, you probably will feel like you have to put your foot down here. You could also be dealing with, I want to throw out the possibility that you're dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Could be dealing with a young Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn here, or someone who's young at heart, and a Taurus is what I'm seeing here as well. Very likely a Leo, just because we have these two together, and then a youthful energy here. If you don't know these people, these are energies that are useful to you, or they could be in your environment. You could be dating one or working with one, for example. And then, of course, as your outcome is the Judgment card. In the Good Tarot, she calls it, it's the call, which is, in my view, another way of saying your calling. So listen, whatever is pulling your heartstrings around a value system or money-making venture, investment, assets, your body, commitments, long-term planning, okay? Whatever has your heartstrings, whatever makes you feel like you have a lot to offer, or you can meet someone in the middle here. Remember, this is a very balanced card, believe it or not. All sixes are. If you put the time and the effort and the energy, and again, this entrepreneurial spirit, this I can do anything and I'm going to use what's around me to do it, okay? And you're going to do it with a quickness. So get the job complete to your satisfaction, but you're going to want to complete it with a quickness. Really, by the end of the month, you want to get that done. Here's the Boss card, and of course, the Judgment or the calling. Really, this is just a second chance, but it's also a major arcana. It's also in your outcome. So you have a real opportunity this month to please yourself, to really, really impress yourself. And why is this important? Because it's going to fill your heart. See, none of the actual reading here has to do with your heart space or emotions, but the instance of doing or not doing here will affect your emotions. Or maybe you were unaware how much your emotions were being affected by this. Maybe you're looking at people around you or someone around you who is successful at what you want to do, and they're moving ahead with their successes, and you find yourself longing, or there's a word that's escaping me with this card that's just remarkable. Something that you wish you had that you don't currently have. We do have retreat out of the Healing with the Angels. I like reading this, at least lately. This has been coming up for a lot of readings with regard to taking a step back from outcomes, taking a step back, retreating from the final product, the final chapter, the outcome, literally. So instead of being concerned with exactly how it's going to look or feel or act, when you're done, we're going to pay more attention to the process and how you feel about the process, and then getting that done, making a new, for example, routine, right, around a project, something that your value system here that you put a lot of time and energy into. So instead of retreating from the project, I insist that that is about, retreating from the outcome. So in other words, stop paying attention to the outcome, pay attention to what is right now, each and every step of what is right now. So you've already come really far at this, okay? Fill in the blank, whatever that is for you. You've already done a lot of work. There's a great deal of commitment here already. You don't need to redo it or re-examine it. There's a later time for that. There are no sevens here. There's no reassessment unless we see this come up in the Oracle. This is just all about doing. You have to do now, right? So retreat from expectations and outcomes. Just make a plan with a goal, a very specific goal in mind. Don't deter from it. And instead of canceling plans this month, making plans that could be distracting or take time away from this, for example, I think it's a good idea to just say, I'll be available in December. I'm really busy this month. And that way you don't even have to worry about canceling plans. You don't have to worry about letting anyone down or feeling like you're being pulled in way too many different directions. A lot of the time, that's what's going on with people who have complications with completing projects for any reason, really. And it's a busy time of year, right? But I really am starting to personally feel the crunch here at nearing the end of 2018. I just don't know where the year went. So yeah, don't let another day go by, okay? Really take life by the horns this month, and it'll create a new habit for you, a new routine. Here with soulmate, this is really feeling, I hope you can see the imagery. Someone has the lock to someone else's heart. Soulmates are friends and family and animals. And yes, it can be romance, but it oftentimes isn't. Or we can have a romantic soulmate, and it doesn't mean that we grow old together and die as a couple. So, take that for what it is. I think if you are missing somebody, for example, take the good times with you and take what worked and how the good things that made you feel and the good lessons that you got from that and take it into the future, right? Don't look back with regret or a longing because of a loss. Take the good that occurred there. A soulmate could be someone in your environment currently. You could be needing to reach a soulmate. 10 to 1 says that you have someone already in your life that you can rely on to help you when times get tough. Or, for example, if they're not available for you in the month of November, I think it might be a great time for you to get busy on this other work. And when they are available, you'll be free, right? Look at it that way too. The only rush is for you to complete a task in which you are in charge, okay? You really need to complete a task in which you are in charge, fully accountable to, the boss of, a leader, right? And no matter what the reading, honestly, the soulmates is just a really beautiful card to have. It just reminds us really that we're not alone. You're not alone, and this work could very well lead you, or the next layer or level of your reality could lead you to this individual. So perhaps part of this longing is for a soulmate, Aquarius. And if that's the case, retreat from expectations, do the work that you need to do, like live in the now, okay? Live in the now. Do what you need to do. And I do think that this peace will come to you around the soulmate issue. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. So again, if this is a romantic issue, concern for you, really put yourself out there, let yourself lead the way. I think that the other individual would be happy to follow you anywhere. If this is more about career or business or even spiritual matters, anytime we see the word feelings here, we can insert goals or creativity, right? Your creativity is real and worth exploring. Your goals are real, right? So maybe just be real with yourself. Be real with yourself about what it is you have to give, what you expect from yourself, what you want. Let's just say you do complete whatever this is tomorrow and it's done. There has to be another layer or level. Like, you'll be so dissatisfied, for example, if you just complete something that's supposed to be done, like a thesis, and you hand it in, you'll almost feel lost, right? So it's really important. Let's just say you are on the precipice of finishing something you've been in process of. Maybe it's time to create the next layer or level of this so that you don't procrastinate and feel as though if you finish this task, what are you going to do next, right? You don't want to have that lingering over you. Start that list or list of tasks or goals that you are planning on doing next so that you do have something to look forward to. This is transmutation. Honestly, I'm seeing a soulmate being called in here. I feel like if you're not already dealing with a soulmate, for example, and as I say all the time, it does not have to be romance. If it is, fantastic. If it's not, this could be the best friend that you've needed. This could be a family member that comes out of nowhere and you just hit it off and they're who you needed and you're who they needed right now. But I really feel strongly that the transmutation, the shedding, the getting away from the old self, for example, here, I feel like this process in November for you is going to reveal or pull in or draw in exactly what you need at a soul space level. So there's another really good reason to follow your own goal sheet, your own path, something that's already been cemented. There's work that you've already worked really hard on already. It's extremely important for you to get through this because and part of the second chance here is it's almost like the universe is kind of like, we have so much to give you. You have so much more to do. You have so much more to learn. There's so much more to, etc. You got to do this. We can't get to the next level. We can't give you all this stuff unless you get this done first, right? So it's like a math equation in that sense. So really important that you make a lot of moves this month, Aquarius. I'm excited for you because this is kind of like I'm feeling excited even reading it, and I feel really emboldened by it. So I'm really hoping this message is reaching you and that you are emboldened by it as well. I'm wishing you all the best as always. If you have a second, comment below. I love hearing from you and knowing if this resonated with you. If you're not already, subscribe to my channel and like my videos. That helps me out so much and encourages me to keep doing this work. And thanks for sharing my videos as well, and obviously for viewing. That really helps me out as well. I think you're all fantastic. Thank you so much for being here with me. Have a wonderful November, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye for now.